Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Red Cape Sports. We're going to get right into the episode, and as you may have seen in the title, we're going to show you how to ship sports cards. Specifically, we're going to go over 4 different methods or 4 different scenarios that you may have. So let's start off with the material. Now the material, we're going to talk about everything briefly, and you don't need everything, but this is going to help you. Again, this is going to be somewhat of a guide. It's a little more educational, but this is going to help you if you've never shipped cards, if you have, or if you just want perhaps a different alternative method. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also smash the like button. That's going to help us out quite a bit. Okay, so you've made the sale, or maybe you're just sending off a card to your friend, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, wife. So what are the materials that you need? Well, number one, you got to focus on the card and protecting it. So number one, you need card sleeves. Now, card sleeves are essential. As you can see in the first card we will talk about shipping will be this Khabib Nurmagomedov UFC card. So again, you need card sleeves. You need a way to protect your card. This is going to be the first way to go. And then number two, you're going to need Ultra Pro top loaders. This is essential if you're a card collector or investor. We have other ones here that we have some tape on. So that's going to be the next thing. So 1, you need sleeves. 2, you need top loaders. 3, you need a pen or a Sharpie. I like these. You can get a nice fine tip pen as well. This should work out fine. And then the other thing that you're going to need is you're going to need some tape, and specifically painter's tape. The reason you want to do this is because when you're taping around cards specifically, you don't want to use tape like this. So you need some painter's tape, and you do need some tape like this. That could be Scotch tape or packing tape, but if you only have one, you do need the painter's tape. We're going to talk about how I use all this stuff as well. So you need that. And the next one is going to be packaging material. So depending on which method we talk about, you're going to need all that stuff. So let's talk about packaging, sending cards. I love these padded envelopes. As you can see up here, got them for $1.25. That's going to be 3 of them. So if you do the math, it's about 50 cents a sleeve, even less. If we take one out here, because I've already shipped one out, you can see why I like them so much. First of all, you can fit quite a few cards. We will use this for the first 3 methods. And then here, you just peel off and then you can close. So we're going to go over all that as well. And then we also have a box. So the standard box. This is going to be for our 4th method, which is a really cool option as well. And then the other thing you're going to want to have is a little bit of cardboard. So we've got little pieces here. And then we also have a couple of big pieces here as well. And because this is a card collecting and investing show, as we do this, you're also going to get your eyes on a couple of card picks as well. And everything that you see, for the most part, is probably a good buy. And the final accessory you can use are just these team bags. So this could be a sleeve for a graded card. And we're going to show you how you can use team bags as well. Again, you don't have to use all this. Just take what I have to say and even work around it. But yeah, we're going to help you out with that. And you should also not forget to pick up Tim Hortons Instant Coffee. This is their premium line of coffee. And Timmy's, if you're out there, we want to work with you. So in any way we can. We love Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is incredible. All right, so once you have your card and you've sold your card, always accept payment before shipping out your cards. This could be a trading card of any sort. Make sure you have your address, and then you can get going. So you want to have your pen or pencil handy. For us, we're going to show you how to ship out one card. And the first card we're going to talk about, and I'm not actually shipping out these cards, although one I did sell, is going to be Khabib Nurmagomedov. So this is going to be one card. So how to ship one card? Well, number one, you put it in a penny sleeve. From there, if you just have one card, I really recommend that you put that card in a top loader. Nice and gently. Okay. You could take this card the way it is and ship it as so. Now that we have our card in a penny sleeve and a top loader, what we're going to do is put it in a team bag. This is just going to protect it even a little bit more, and it will stop the card from actually falling out as well, because we don't want the card falling out. And again, when you're shipping out cards, it's a full experience that you want to think about. So what you're going to do now is take a couple pieces of cardboard, probably pieces that are a little bit bigger than the card itself, and you're just going to put the card on there, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of tape. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take a couple little pieces of tape. You're just going to put a light one on the top here and then one at the bottom. And again, it's a full experience once they get their card. It doesn't have to be done professionally in any way. And then you're just going to take one or two other little pieces. No need to waste too many pieces of tape. And then you're just going to put it in front, just gently. Doesn't have to be anything insane here. So now the card is a little more protected. Of course, the sides are sticking out, but the card is not showing. So then from there, I'm going to take one more piece. What we're going to do is just make a little circle, and then we are going to put that on the back of the cardboard. Okay, so now the card is very well protected, and then we are going to grab our envelope and we're going to put it like this and try to get the card towards the middle. When you go to take off the tape and you close the envelope, now you have the card in the middle, and that's going to be how you protect the card. So when they're shipping the card's not going to get damaged this way. There's a lot of padding. There is bubble inside of here similar to this. So the card is going to be extremely well protected, and whoever's receiving the card, they're going to be pretty happy with what they get. So when they take the card out, they're going to be like, wow, they did not use Scotch tape. And then it's very easy. They're just going to have to take off some of this green tape, and then they can access the card very easily as well. So that's going to be one way. So just think very logically about what you're doing. You don't have to, go too crazy with shipping cards. This is just a very simple way. So that's going to be how to ship out one sports card or trading card. Now you may have a graded card, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So very similar. This is a card that I did sell. It's a nice Charizard. And this card is worth about 500 to 700 bucks, depending on who you're selling it to. Now, every card you should respect. You shouldn't be damaging cards just because it's a rookie who hasn't blown up yet. This is a very good card when it comes to Pokemon. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this one a little more serious. Now, one thing I don't have that you could have, instead of a team bag, you could get a graded sleeve. So this is going to be a bag that you can put this inside. I just don't have one with me here in the studio, but that's going to be one way you can do that as well. So you're going to take a piece of cardboard that's bigger than the graded card, and very similar. You're just going to put the card on top of the piece of cardboard. You don't want to use Scotch tape. You don't want to use any other kind of tape because you will damage cards like this, okay? So what you're gonna do as well is take a second piece of cardboard, and what I would recommend is to use a graded card sleeve. That's going to protect the card even more. So you're gonna grab the card, you're gonna put it down, and you're going to take a piece of painter's tape, and you're just going to put a little bit on the side, and just put it down lightly. And this is just gonna help so that the card doesn't move, the graded card, and just a little bit on this side. So now you've got the card in a good position. Then we're going to take the second piece of cardboard, and don't forget, I just sold this card for over 500 bucks, so I don't mind taking the time to protect the card when shipping. So I'm going to take another piece of cardboard. So now I'm going to do 3 or 4 little pieces. And we're going to stand it upright. And then we're just going to close all 4 sides. And then the same thing. Okay. We're going to take 1 or 2 big pieces. We're going to make a little circle. Like so. And then we are going to take our envelope. And then this is going to fit right inside. So now when we close the envelope, this card is not going to be damaged. So you just want to use your head a little bit. In here we can write down the address. So you're going to take your marker, Steve Mendez, and you're going to ship the card to Steve Mendez. And then you will write, of course, your name in the top left. So you want to put, example, Red Cape Sports. So we could even write that. So you can write Red Cape Sports. Okay. For those of you that may not know that, you're going to put Red Cape Sports, put your address small in the top left corner, and where you're shipping the card, big in the middle. Okay, so make sure you put the name in the proper address. Make sure it is easy to read. So that's going to be one way that you can ship a graded card. So now let's say that you have multiple cards, up to 10 cards. And right here we have some Mukoko cards. These cards are actually worth grading. So the fact that I am showing you this and I don't want to damage these cards, that just shows you that this is a great method. So we're going to go with the big cardboard again as a guide. So we're going to grab a nice piece of cardboard. You can grab all the cards and then you can put it in a team bag, okay? So similar to what we did with the first card, we could put the cards in a team bag, okay? And then you could put it down on here. You can grab a couple pieces of tape. And then again, you could ship the card. But for me, I like a little bit of sturdiness and protection. So what we're going to do instead of that is we are going to put each card in a top loader first. If you had maybe 10 cards, you wouldn't have to do that. But I think if you have 5 cards or less, I think it's very feasible to use a top loader. So that's what we're going to do. We only have 4 cards. So we're going to put them in top loaders. And these ones say rookie card on it. So kind of looks cool anyways. And again, when you put your cards in top loaders, when you're shipping out cards, just because you don't own it anymore, doesn't mean that you should be wrecking the card, okay? So you want to think about that as well. So again, we're going to be very gentle. When you go to put a card into a top loader, usually it's cut a little bit and it makes it easier from one side. This side is easier to put in because it's cut just a little bit in the front. So again, you don't want to damage the card. That's how I put them in top loaders. And then we are going to separate 2 of the cards. We will put 2 here and 2 over here. Maybe we'll put them towards the middle even. A little bit towards the middle. Okay. And then again, just going to use a little bit of tape. Okay. And very gently, just give it a bit of form there. And these are cards that I don't want damaged. So if I were receiving these cards, I want to be happy with what I am getting. So again, you want to pretend that these are cards that you're receiving. And we're going to use quite a bit of tape, but I think it's worth it because, you know, you don't want these cards coming out either. Okay? Very gently. And then, of course, we have tons of tape here. I'm going to try to reuse some of it. So then you're going to take your top piece, you're going to put it on top, like so. Just try to center things up a little bit. Just like that. So now we have 4 cards that are in top loaders that are not going to get damaged when shipping. And of course, I like to put a bit of tape. So now when we put it inside, we are able to make sure it doesn't move around too much. So just put that down a little bit. And then again, Red Cape Sports, put down the address that you're shipping these cards to. Now the big question is, I have stacks of cards to ship off. For example, we have roughly, 50 to 100 cards to ship. How do we do that? Well, that's going to be the box method. And this is just a standard box. It's nothing special. It's actually a very thin box. I prefer maybe something thicker if you can. So let's go over how to ship more than 25 cards up to 100 or 200. So we have all of these cards in penny sleeves, and the penny sleeves are inside of a team bag. And what we're going to do is use the box to ship the cards. Now, one way I think is best for this is to use a bit of extra stuff like bubble mailer. So what you can do is put this down underneath. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the cards on the side, okay? And we're going to set things up so that the cards move very little, like as little as possible. So maybe we'll even put them on the side like so. And then you're just going to start to use a little bit of tape. And maybe we'll even tape it like this. And then we have extra cardboard, so let's use that as well. So we have some cardboard here. That's going to prop things up a little bit as well. Okay. So we have a bit of cardboard. That's going to prop things up as well. So now when we put the cards inside of the box, we have this nice little bundle. And then what you're going to do is bend some of the cardboard, and you're just going to put it into the spots to help the cards so they don't move around. And maybe we'll even take an extra piece of cardboard. And of course, you may have tons of extra cardboard lying around. So what you're going to do is just, for example, rip a couple of pieces of cardboard. And then you could just begin to shove it inside of the sides of the box, like so. Just like that. So now when you go to close the box, nothing's going to move. So even the way it is now, you could add even more protection to the cards. You could fill in all the extra spots, but you get the idea. From there, you don't need any tape because you're not going to risk damaging the cards. I like to make sure that this is closed nice and tightly. So for example, we would put a piece here. I would go all the way around, make sure it's sealed, make sure there's no way these cards are going anywhere. And if we were to shake this, you can hear that it's not really moving around too much. It's moving a little bit, but not too much. So there you have it. That's 4 ways you can ship out your trading cards or sports cards. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to check out our Facebook group. That's going to be at Red Cape Sports. There you can post, share, ask questions, sell cards in that Facebook group. We would love to see you in there. And that's all we have for you. We have videos every week and we have tons of new content. Put down in the comments below what else you would like for us to cover. Any other things that we could show you, tutorials, topics you want to see us do, let us know. Keep stacking, keep collecting, and keep investing those sports cards.